Mortaza here with Heartbeat, and I'm going to talk about different pricing structures you can use for your community. One of the most common questions that I get from new community builders is, hey, I'm launching a community for the first time. How should I be charging for this? Should I make it free and then have people upgrade for a specific paid section of the community? Should I have like bronze, silver, gold tiers of the community? Or should I just make the whole thing paid? And while all three of these are really easy to do and set up within Heartbeat, what I'm looking at when I'm building out a new business is what is going to help me create really good, sustainable, recurring revenue that allows me to actually grow my business. And that recurring revenue is really important because then I can predict next month how much I'm going to make, the month after that, and I can start doing things like hiring proactively and actually building a larger business. And so diving into these three different structures, what we find is when building a freemium community, this is really tough unless you are already starting off with a big audience or you have really great mechanisms for doing this. So we've seen marketers that have built freemium communities that are just really good at getting new faces in the door constantly and then having them come in, enjoy the community experience, and then upgrade to a paid section. If you are doing this for the first time, you've never built a community before, maybe you've never done the level of high level like marketing to bring people in, then I'd recommend holding off on this because you do need to either be able to build a big audience or already have a big audience for this to work, generally north of like 2,000 people that you have to like pull in to then get the conversion rates to actually get this to scale. I say the same thing about multiple tiers as well. So when you are setting up different pricing levels like bronze, silver, gold, what you will find is the people in the bronze tier are going to be slightly different from the people in the silver tier who will be slightly different from the gold tier. And so what happens is now you're actually optimizing for three different sets of members at the same time. If you're a mature business, you've been running for north of 3 years, you have a really deep understanding of the different customers, you've got north of 50 customers, and you understand what kind of buckets they fit into, go crazy with this. There's a ton of alpha over here and there's a ton of cool stuff that you can actually build out as you're actually growing and scaling this. But if you're doing this for the first time, this is a really easy place to create too much complexity that makes it hard to reliably scale your business. The price that I like the most is just paid only, one price point. This is my favorite structure because I think it creates a really good forcing function for you to bring in the right members, adjust and focus on just one market, one group of folks that you're really optimizing the experience around. And you can always expand into a freemium structure into multiple tiers down the line. What we have found is time and time again, having a paid only one price point community is the fastest path to reaching 100,000 in annual recurring revenue in your first year as you are actually building out Heartbeat. So my advice to you is always optimize one market at a time, get really good at converting that first group of customers, and then feel free to expand concentrically as you grow your business. Thanks so much for watching. Let us know if you have any questions as you're building out your own paid community on Heartbeat. You can reach us at support@heartbeat.chat.